We're scared of you. She doesn't know you.
Can you hear me? G'day everyone, and a warm welcome back to my channel. In this Backyard Review series, I'll show you stuff to do, places to visit, restaurants to dine in, all within driving distance from the town of Gawler that I live in. In today's video, we are headed to the town of Kapunda, some 25 minutes away from my home. And before we cross over to Live Ryan, allow me to take you through a brief rundown of what this town is all about. Driving in from the south, as you enter the town, you are greeted by Map the Miner. This is a nod to Kapunda's Cornish heritage as a mining town. The statue can look slightly morbid to some people, and with small Aussie towns and their obsession with big things like big banana, big koala, big pineapple, you get the idea. Kapunda's big thing is, well, Map the Miner, standing at 7 meters. He serves as an ominous welcome to the town's extremely active paranormal reputation as one of Australia's most haunted towns. Kapunda was established in 1842 after a discovery of significant copper deposits on a cattle farm. No surprise, the town boomed and miners flocked to this area like bees to honey. There was money to be made everywhere. In the early days, mining accidents were rife, so many lost their lives trying to seek that fortune. The lack of law and order in the early days also saw some tragic murders, with the perpetrators getting away scot-free. Today, the population sits just under 2,500 residents, and they live side by side with many paranormal activities which seem to occur at various random locations. However, all these activities are most active and concentrated into one fascinating area: the North Kapunda Hotel. It is Australia's most haunted pub. So let's head in there tonight, as I've been granted access after dark. We shall dive into the stories of these tragic individuals and perhaps get an insight as to why they are still hanging around. And hello guys, and that's right, we are right here in the town of Kapunda, and tonight we're going to be concentrating our visit at the North Kapunda Hotel. It's got a reputation as Australia's most haunted pub. We're heading in there to uncover the tragic stories surrounding this hotel. So without further ado, let's head into the North Kapunda Hotel. The pub was opened in 1849 and have seen the town through its ups and downs. If only these walls could talk. Or can they? Because the North Kapunda Hotel is believed to be Australia's most haunted pub, it's a popular tourist attraction and also a paranormal investigator's wet dream. Some of the hauntings here are simply replays of events of the old days, and others are interactive, and what is called an intelligent haunting by the investigators. A lot of the hauntings are found in this sealed-off portion of the building. Access is restricted because people have been physically harmed in there by the spirits. Today, you are brought in there briefly while on a ghost tour, but tonight, I milk my alone time in there for all it's worth, accompanied by a trusted resident psychic. So let's meet Darrell. Alright, so before the whole tour starts, we are in the North Kapunda Hotel for dinner, and I've got Darrell here with me, who's a clairvoyant, who's gonna be showing me around on this tour. Yeah. So why don't would you like to tell us a bit more about your work and what do you actually do as a clairvoyant?
Yeah, sure. Ryan, I've been a clairvoyant for many years now.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
The North Kapunda Hotel, I'm sort of the resident psychic for the hotel. I've picked up a lot of stuff in here, a lot of information and given information,
Yeah.
which has helped me in many ways.
Yep.
I just generally communicate with the spirits on the other side. I can
Okay.
see them and everything else that's in here.
Right.
And I've already noticed a couple already in here today since I've been here.
Right. Okay.
So so it's all just pretty interesting. I do readings and I just do a lot of other stuff. But yeah, it's been over 50 years of work and I've been doing it.
Okay. Fascinating stuff. All right. So yeah, it's still running. Yeah, fascinating stuff. So I cannot wait to get this whole thing started. So I hope you're hungry. So let's get dinner over and done with and get this tour started.
Yeah, and it'll be great. Look, we do go right through the hotel.
Yeah.
And also we go around other parts of Kapunda as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which you can film on the way around and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
You never know, things might happen on the camera.
Okay. Cool. Hopefully we capture something. Let's eat first.
Excellent.
Don't let its haunted reputation scare you away from having a meal there. You can't go wrong with pub classics of a chicken schnitzel and battered fish. They were really delicious and highly recommended. With dinner out of the way, this is where the fun began. A door was unlocked and up we went to the second level. Darrell's first encounter was with the ghost of the little girl named Sarah. Is she? Tonight, Sarah is shy and darts away at the sight of me despite Darrell reassuring her I meant no harm. This is the common room, which is available for function bookings at this hotel. This used to be where all the expensive rooms were located when it functioned as an accommodations premise. The resident ghost here is a man named Major, who takes his place standing by the fireplace with one arm propped on the mantel. He is harmless with his staring if you're lucky enough to spot him. Sir Sidney Kidman, once South Australia's wealthiest man, was a prominent fixture in Kapunda, and he too has been spotted here by people on the streets looking out of the window from this common room.
That's better. Just had to get a deep breath. Is that a window for me? Okay, come down this way. So that's the juicy here.
This hotel functioned as a brothel for a while, and a prostitute was murdered by one of her clients. She left behind a daughter who got adopted by the brothel's madam. This little girl was Sarah. She too passed away shortly, and this is her room left in its original condition. Sarah and her mother continue to walk these dark hallways, but at least they are together in the afterlife. Sarah is also known to be a lot more interactive. Perhaps her naive sense of self followed her into the spirit world. A camera has been attached for live streaming in this room, and you can pay a subscription to watch it whenever you like. Objects have been known to move around by unseen hands. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. We're now at the so-called budget part of the accommodations wing. Several murders occurred here, which mostly consisted of opportunistic burglary-type events. Visitors have been known to feel pain, nausea, or extreme fear when standing in this vicinity. Perhaps this could be the emotions and physical imprints of the victims who had their lives taken away so suddenly.
These toilets and showers are not functional.
Yeah. You're supposed to feel symptoms in this room. This is room number 4. So you're supposed to feel a bit of symptoms here, which is mimicking the physiological symptoms of the person who died in here. So I'm not feeling anything at the moment. So, yeah.
And on the beds and that.
Meanwhile, back at the common room, we were getting some results from the K2 meter. which was incredible because this was so early into the visit. The spirits were surely eager to make contact. This gadget detects rapid changes in electromagnetic fields or EMF, which causes the lights to fluctuate. Fluctuations like these can be caused by electronic equipment nearby. So we tried to wave our gadgets near it to make sure we weren't getting false positives. It is believed when spirits reach out to speak, spikes in EMF occur, which is in turn detected by the K2 meter. Hello.
Is that you, Major? Might be Major. G'day, mate. How are you, buddy?
Hi.
Yeah, it looks like it's said hi there.
Can you hear me? Are you happy that I'm here?
Yes, you got good in.
This is perhaps the most infamous area of all, the hallway to hell. From the outside, this odd-looking extension was built sometime between 1848 to 1855. It was built by the Kapunda mining company to house its workers, and you can see that the conditions were extremely cozy. This sinister area is known to be where the man in black resides as the resident ghost, lording over the other resident ghosts which roam up here. The energy is so intense it's been known to overwhelm psychics and mediums. There have also been reports of people getting physically harmed in here, as the spirits can get quite malevolent. Dr. Matthew Blood was the official mine doctor. Mining in those days was a lot more dangerous, and accidents were an unfortunate part of the job. The good doctor has been spotted in this room holding on to an amputated leg of a miner who later died. The miner who passed also hangs around in these hallways. The K2 meter was going off like crazy in here. I think a lot of them were trying to speak at once. This location functioned as a brothel when the hotel lost its liquor license twice. These rooms were half their size then, so it was conducive for that sort of business dealings, if you know what I mean. The pimp who was in charge of the ladies wasn't a nice person. He is believed to be the man in black, and he is one of the most cited apparitions. I suppose he still thinks he's in charge, but now he bosses the other spirits who have chosen to remain.
Marble. Marble. They leave things in here in case to watch them roll around and things like that.
Right. Once again, we tried to make sure our electronic gadgets weren't setting off the K2. It's always good to debunk first before going all excited, getting your underpants all knotted over nothing. On an earlier visit, a disembodied voice of a female clearly moaning about the hallway was heard by 3 separate people. And they were the only people there, Darrell being one of them. She has since been given the name Mona. I was really hoping she'd make an appearance tonight, but it seems like she had other plans to moan somewhere else. The final room at the end of the hallway is where all the ladies would gather to rest. Darrell has placed a dressing table there with a mirror so that Mona can sit there and have her hair brushed. Oh, look who decided to come say hi. Perhaps Mona didn't go anywhere after all.
But yeah, that's good.
With the upstairs covered, it was now time to head into the basement. Where I'm standing, this used to be the main kitchen to cater to hotel guests. It was once touted as South Australia's most expensive kitchen. I can imagine the meals they served here were opulent, exquisite, especially for the discerning guests staying at the expensive wing. Quite a far cry from the schnitzel and battered fish we just had. The haunting here is one of an imprint from an activity, so it isn't interactive. A matronly lady stands at a corner before walking to the center, bending slightly forward looking down before disappearing. She is believed to be the one who was in charge of the kitchen and making sure the ingredients were prepped before cooking. The final location tonight is the rum room. This is where barrels of rum would be rolled down from the street above and stored here. They would be rolled down from the opening here, and this led to the pavement on the street level. With mining accidents occurring so often, this was also where bodies of dead miners were stored before they were taken away to the coroner's office or for burial. So this rum barrel entry also served as a receiving point for these accident victims. They would be stacked up here at this corner. One tragic occasion, there was a total of 14 bodies pushed up against the wall in 2 stacks of 7. You can imagine the interesting combination of smells consisting of rum and dead bodies wafting around here. Besides the hallway to hell, this is another location where people have been physically touched or have their hair pulled. Workers here have also heard footsteps of heavy boots above, where the hotel was empty. Bearing in mind, the main bar was upstairs. And just like that, we conclude the visit. I'm sure by now you've figured out, besides having a passion for food and travel, I'm also absolutely fascinated by the paranormal. And this walk through the North Kapunda Hotel tonight definitely ticked all the right boxes, filled with stories which were mainly tragic and sad. Well guys, that was the North Kapunda Hotel for you, and it's gotten so cold, so I can't wait to get back into the car to turn on the heater. Yeah, so definitely a fascinating visit, and I would definitely do it again in a heartbeat. Having access to different parts of the hotel this time round compared to my visit the last time was also incredibly useful, because at least you get to be in that environment and get a feel of how those characters from the past, how they lived, and it gives you an idea of the challenging situation they were in when this town was created, you know, the Wild West and all. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching this video up to this point, and I'd like to thank you for your support. I'll also chuck details of my Instagram on your screen right now, so give me a follow there, so it gives you an idea of what I'm up to. And yeah, more importantly, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, tap that bell notification icon so you'll know what I'm up to next. Alright, so in the meantime, take care, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye!